I'm pausing a lot in this one. Yeah, walk away, Simone. Hi, dolls. Welcome back. And if you are new, hello, my name is Jessie, and today we are going to react to Season 3, Episode 4 of Young Royals. I took a little break yesterday. I did 3 episodes. I edited 2, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna soak that in because I do love binge watching and marathoning things, but I also like making them last. So I'm gonna watch the last 2 episodes today. The end of the last episode, we have Simone coming home, realizing that their house has been broken into. Very scary situation. I don't know how they're going to go about handling this. Now, a few of you did comment. Thank you so much for your comments. Aside from the one person who said that I had a US centric point of view. Not really sure what they meant about that. I thought it was really funny actually that we're watching a show whose content this season is talking about negative comments in social media. So it's good to learn, good to know that you're learning their lesson. But anyway, I do appreciate all of the comments, and you cleared up that the 1.2 million was not US dollars, it was in Kroger. So I think when I was reading the subtitles, I just saw 1.2 million and I thought they like converted it, but it's actually 175,000, I believe, is what you guys said. So that's still a decent amount of money. That's still a life-changing amount of money. And as we know, also in the last episode, Willem did confirm that they took it. So maybe they're going to take that and go somewhere with it. I don't know. I'm afraid for them though. Let's jump in and find out what happens. But before we do, don't forget to throw a like up or dislike if you do not like what you see. Comment below. Let me know why. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We do fun things here. Ring on the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. And don't forget to check the link down in the description for my Patreon. It is $5 a month. It's only $1.25 a week. It is all my unedited reactions of everything that I do on YouTube and Zisha more. Don't forget to follow us on all social media at @star_chef_productions or Jessie Dobbie for Twitter. Link is in the description below for the Redbubble and TeePublic pages where you can find awesome Hilariska merch and much more. Fully unedited reactions to seasons 1 and 2 are on Patreon, as are these will be as well. And without further ado, this is my official reaction to season 3, episode 4 of Young Royals. But apparently it's a US centric perspective. So if you don't like that, get out. Poor Simone feels like it's all his fault. Oh, honey.
Vi har liksom bott där i 14 år. Inget sånt här har någonsin hänt. Flytta.
Is this surprising? That's literally the first thing that I thought of. It sucks that there are people out there that put you through this, but it's only gonna grow. You do better when I do better. Oh, avert your eyes, Vincent.
Men varför ska man ens försöka om man inte får något för mödan? Utan studenten är allt slit inte värd ett piss. Jag vet inte.
I'm sure she had to send like a text message or something at some point, you know?
Får man inte ens skämta längre? Eller vad är det med dig?
Jo, man får skämta om det är roligt, Vincent.
Ja, men det är ju en jätterolig situation.
Vad är det med mig som provocerar dig så mycket? Är du homofob?
Problemet är inte att du är gay. Problemet är att du är kommunist. Förstår du?
My problem is that you're a dumbass.
Känslor nu. Hur fick han det?
It was probably him who threw the frickin' brick.
Jag kan tycka om dig och vara emot systemet.
Fast kan du det?
Jag vill det.
Det är en symbol som enar folket.
Enar folket.
Det är ett privilegium. Inte ett straff.
Jag säger bara att jag har sett hur det får dig att må.
I feel like Willem is thinking that like eventually I'm gonna be able to make the decisions that I want to make. Eventually I will be able to make a positive change to certain things that I don't agree with or I don't like. Eventually, I just have to get to that point and appease my mother along the way. I feel like he really needs to have a conversation with Simone about his relationship with his mother and what is going on with her and like how crucial it is that they make things positive and stay away from the negative considering her health. But I guess Simon already kind of knows that. it's never been spoken out loud enough.
Vem vill ni vara när ni tar studenten? Vad vill du göra i framtiden? Vem vill du bli?
Inte bli bättre.
Det är det deppigaste.
Så glad av att se dig på valborg.
Lycka till! Vi ses!
He's like the giddy, like nervous. Ew, why do I
Fick
feel
du
bad for
paketet jag
August?
skickade?
Ni behöver hjälpa Simon. Någon har kastat en jävla sten genom hans fönster. Han är ju livrädd.
Okej, jag ser över det. Drottningen är inte i skick att medverka på kungörandet. Och därför inte heller hertigen. Det har beslutats här att det bästa är att skicka dig och August.
Do we have
Så jag blir inte ens
to-
förvånad.
I do have to
Jag
say,
vill att
like,
Simon följer med på min födelsedag.
Okej.
okay. I like
Efter
Farina.
hans
I really think
uttalande.
that she
Från de hög.
tries.
Så skulle vi kunna ordna ett tillfälligt boende åt er.
Jag vill att vi ska känna oss trygga i vårt egna hem.
Inga kommentarer, inga
We'll
bilder,
protect you.
ingen
Stop
musik,
posting.
inga interaktioner överhuvudtaget. Egentligen är det bäst att du bara raderar dina konton.
See, Willem's had it a little easier because he's lived this life his whole life, so he's kind of like born into it. He knows how to navigate it, as to where Simone's just been thrown into it. But I feel like I could see on his face, like he's starting to see, like, wow, this is what he has to deal with. I don't know if I feel okay
Skitsamma,
with
det är
that
ju
too. Like,
många
is
som
his
inte
mom
klarar
gonna
det
be
på första
okay?
försöket. Vi...
Jag fick 64-65.
Va? Du är så jävla stolt bara.
I really hope that her dad doesn't relapse. They keep making it seem like he's going to, but I don't know if it's just her being cautious. All right, honey. We survived before Instagram. We can survive now.
Men vill du verkligen ha mig där?
Of
Kommer väl vara
course he
massa
does.
journalister och sånt.
August kommer där. Jag kommer liksom inte...
Please come with us.
Det är klart jag vill komma på din födelsedag.
Det här är teman som stiftelsen kan ha.
Idrott och hälsa.
Det är den som ligger högst upp.
Any
Jag tror att det är
LGBTQ
den
in
de vill
there?
att jag väljer.
Eller något om HBTQ+. Det är liksom kaos i världen.
Det räknas som politiskt ställningstagande.
Att älska vem man vill är en mänsklig rättighet.
I'm surprised he didn't get more shit for his
förespråkare
speech
för
at the
alla
end of
queers
last
bara för att jag är
season.
kär i dig.
Yeah.
Simon, jag fattar vad du menar. Det är inte det.
No, I don't. I don't think I get what you mean, because you are literally just telling him that it's your duty to do this and it's your duty to do that and it's a privilege for this and a privilege for that, and then you're like, what am I supposed to do? Be an advocate for this? Like, what the is the point of you being prince then? What is the point of you being king? Like, what is the point of everything that you're doing if it's not to help people?
Bara att folk vet att jag är kär i dig gör ju skillnad. Kan inte det få räcka?
Not if you seem ashamed of it.
Jag orkar inte. Det får bli idrott och hälsa.
I can't be bothered with this charity that will change people's lives.
Blev de som ni hade tänkt? Eller har de kanske förändrats?
Samla alla i stora salen.
What the heck is he planning?
Att vi berövats vår student. Men idag så är det slut med det. Vi kommer strejka. Till nästa
Alltså
läsår.
ärligt, de hackar på mig
Vi
varje
ber
dag.
att visa solidaritet.
Och nu ska de demonstrera.
Och vi reser oss inte förrän rektorn lyssnar på oss.
Niece and August are on board with
Jag har inte
this?
haft något emot att få tillbaka min mobil. Kunna ringa dig på kvällarna.
Vadå, så du är på deras sida?
I thought that you couldn't take a stand for something. I thought that that wasn't like your thing, like you weren't allowed to do that, Willem. Now you're doing it for your phone?
Sen är det så konstigt att jag vill ha ett någorlunda normalt liv.
So it's okay when it's something that you want.
Så du kan bara vara solidarisk när det inte kostar
Yeah.
något. Snälla, Simon.
I'm pausing a lot in this one. Yeah, walk away, Simone. You know, I have my beef with Willem in the first season and the second season, and then I cheered him on like a cheerleader at the end of the last season. But I don't like his dismissive tone. And I feel like they do it on purpose because it's like that's how he's been treated his whole life. So that is how he treats others. But like, oh, please, Simone. That's your response? You're going to roll your eyes and just be like, oh, Simone. I'm not even going to entertain that with a response because it's just so ridiculous. Oh, like, have a freaking conversation. He's upset. You're disappointing me, sir. Brick thrown in through his window, deleted his social media accounts, all these sacrifices for you, and you can't even follow him out the door.
De strejkar.
Oh, he's breaking my heart.
Är allt okej? Är det något som...
Så är det jättebra hemma hos pappa. Som jag by the way
Sounds like I miss a lot.
på flera år, även fast jag har velat. För din skull.
Simon needs his sister right now.
Kommer få en officiell varning och jag kommer prata med era föräldrar.
Frederica's like,
Ja, vi är öppna för samtal.
I think we should go.
Ni är säker, rektorn, på att de är på er sida?
Vincent.
Stäng skolcaféet och köket och lås dörrarna till elevhemmen tills de ger upp.
We're not getting any food. This changes everything. I don't know if that's legal. Like, you can't deny them food.
Inte finns någon.
Fan Simon, har du en till klubb eller? Jag swishar 300.
For his used
Tog någon mer
lollipop?
mat? Eller vad ska vi äta?
Spoiled little brats. They thought they'd just get their way.
Jag trodde bara inte att det skulle ta så här liksom långt.
Yeah.
Kan inte ni tycka att det finns något nice med att vara lite hungrig ibland också? Ja, man kanske är lite yr ett tag, lite illamående. Som att det tystnar i huvudet bara.
Det låter som en ätstörning.
Verkligen.
It's not funny.
August, får läsa ditt.
Ja?
Får läsa ditt brev.
På riktigt. Ja, men vad fan! Fan, sluta! Fan, är ett problem? Om det är så jävla töntigt, varför backstabbar du mig så fort du fick chanserna? Och tog prefektuppdraget från mig.
Alla här inne tycker att du är helt jävla överspänd. Du brukade ju för fan vara rolig, men vad fan hände?
Vincent is such a piece of
För att du kom tillbaka.
I hate him so much. Wait, you left the sit-in? You can't do that.
Hela tiden. Jag vill aldrig såra dig, Simon. Inte jag heller. 300 spänn.
Simon, snälla.
300 spänn.
Men snälla, jag är desperat.
Jag störde att Henry ville swisha mig 300 för min klubba.
2400 kronor! Har en mer och andra, tredje.
En energi.
Ska ni gå?
Så det här har ju spårat.
Vadå, sa du någonting om det på din intervju eller?
Alltså jag var bara ärlig.
Men vadå, du sa någonting om invigningen?
So she didn't
Alltså
even
jag sa
deny
inte
it.
vad vi gör.
Lisa, jag fattar att du har varit jättedeppig och så, men du kan liksom inte ta ut det på alla andra.
Guys, I'm sure it's fine.
I like Madison. Madison's the realist, and she has Felice's back. Like Madison said, if they were gonna do something, they would have done it already. It's like I'm up against a wall. No.
Jag ger inte vika för utpressning, Vincent.
Ja, men ingen behöver ju någonsin få reda på att det här har ägt rum.
Ni får tillbaka era mobiltelefoner. De får endast användas utanför skoltid.
Studenten?
Den slänger vi också på. Jag vill att ni ska veta om det är någon som planerar någon utspark eller andra förnedringslekar så är de strikt förbjudna.
I feel like she's got something up her sleeve. Oh, Felice. Oh, we're gonna have a convo.
Så det är ganska sorgligt att det enda du skriver är att du önskar att du kommer må okej och inget mer.
Jag fattar att jag gjorde fel, men jag vill också att du ska veta att jag är väldigt tacksam över att du var min första riktiga vän.
Oh, good. I needed to hear an apology.
Ja.
Alltså kommer det vara
Now
typ 10 000 bestick när man inte vet var man ska börja?
Jag vet inte ens vad jag ska ge honom för present.
Pokeballs.
Varför gör inte
Likes
man bara
Pokeballs.
något personligt?
Men skriv en låt då.
Ja, men
Det är ju personligt.
det kommer ju hovet verkligen att tycka om.
Jag vill inte vara känslig sådär, men ja, jag blev sårad.
Vi vill väl bara inte att du raderar dig själv. Det är bara det vi säger.
Jag antar att du inte egentligen vill ha mig där.
No, you think?
Nej. Du, jag älskade Erik.
Du kände inte Erik. Alltså,
Did they have a relationship?
Om han visste vad du gjorde mot mig.
Jag tror inte att du kände Erik fullt.
Jag var ju för fan hans bror.
Nu minns du den där invigningen. Nästan de
It
skrev
was
om i
his
tidningarna.
idea.
Med porrfilmen.
Oh my god, it was his idea.
Erik var där.
It was his year.
Sa de att den första som får stånd får spö. Jag garvade åt vår panik. För vi förstod inte om de skämtade eller om de var allvarliga. Eller...
I feel like something happened in
Erik var där.
Jaha pojkar, då är ni välkomna in.
It's like his heart's broken. All right, there you have it. Episode 4. Very good episode. It seems like it's going to be this like happy, lighthearted, goofy episode, but we have a lot of heavy things happening. So for starters, we do get confirmation that we are going to move. We're going to move. Now, there's two different kinds of moves though. So Linda is saying, hey, I think we should move like away from the house. The security service is like, we can move you to a secure location, which I figured was going to happen. But then Simone's like, I don't want to leave my house, which is the third thing that I said. I'm like, they're either gonna move somewhere safe or get guards, or they're not gonna want to leave their house. So I don't blame Simone for not wanting to leave. Like, if that happened to me right now, I'd be like, I want to be safe. I want my family to be safe, obviously. But, like, this is my home. I want to be in my home. So it's really frustrating that Simone is going through, again, all of these things and all of these sacrifices. And, yeah, he's not going through them smoothly, like, boom, boom, boom. He is questioning things, but the end result is he's going along with it, right? He is sacrificing another possible attack to be in his home. He is then asked to delete his social media accounts because it would probably be best if he did, just to keep a low profile so that people don't dig anything up or you don't get triggered by more comments or whatever. So he deletes the social media posts. He took down the song that he made. He keeps doing all of these things, these different things to appease the royal family. And he's doing it because he loves Willem and he wants to make things easier for him. He is questioning things, but the end result, again, is that he does them. So when it comes to this sit-in, that is really, like, believe me, I completely understand. Getting your phones taken away, I thought that was ridiculous. 7 p.m. curfew, that's ridiculous. Like, are these rules extremely strict? Yes. With that said, they're not that, they're rules. Like, it's not like you guys are being locked in your rooms for like 12 hours a day. It's I just don't understand. Like, I feel like this is the point that they're trying to make. We have Vincent criticizing Simone for being a communist because of the picture that he took with the protest in the background that, like, he wasn't even a part of, but because of the protest in the background, right? These people that are, like, actually standing up and fighting for their human rights and the political things that are extremely important to them. Vincent is criticizing that, making fun of it. And then he goes and organizes a sit-in to get his phone back. It's like the parallel of really? You're going to criticize this person? You're going to call him like a disgusting communist and say all of these negative things, but then you're going to go and organize a sit-in so that you can have a party at the end of school, your graduation, and your phone back. It's like, these are the things that are important to you because you're so spoiled and privileged. But when it comes to things like Simone and what he cares about, it's silly, it's funny, and you make fun of it. And Willem's right, he's pathetic. So the problem comes in is that Willem is so against taking sides, and it's typically because he can't get involved in politics. Totally understand. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to take a side. But so then why are you doing this? Like, why are you taking their side? And as Simone said, because if there's nothing threatening to you, then you're fine with doing it. But if it might be slightly threatening to you and helping somebody else, you can't get involved. So if it benefits you, it's fine. If it doesn't benefit you, you want nothing to do with it. And he's like, no, that's not it at all. But like, it kind of is. It kind of is, because what if it got out there that the prince was in a sit-in at the school? What if it got out there that he was defying the rules of Halerska? You know, what if it got out there that this was happening? You know, people would say stuff. People say stuff about anything. He could wear a red shirt and people would make that a bad thing somehow. So it's just, again, why are you standing up for this but not for this? Why are you like picking a random charity because you can't be bothered with it when you just took a stand in the last season, making this huge statement, coming out, saying that you're proud to be with Simone, saying that you want him at your birthday party, but then you won't go for an LGBTQ plus charity because that's taking a political stance. It's just, he contradicts himself so much, and I can slowly see Simone starting to spiral, and it's breaking my heart because he's trying so hard to go with this and make it work because he truly does love Willem. Like, we had the whole second season with like the Marcus controversy of, you know, maybe we need space and I can't do this, and then they found their way back to each other, and it's like, here we go again. It feels like Simone is the only one that tries in this relationship, because I truly believe that Willem loves Simone and cares about him, but he prioritizes everything else above him, and that's what upsets me. And they're trying to use again the excuse of like, well, his mom's sick, he can't have any controversy right now because his mom's sick, he can't do anything crazy because his mom is sick, his mom, like, be careful. Then have that conversation with Simone and make it make sense. You know, have that conversation with Simone and make it make sense. We had her say that she was accepting of it. We heard her say that she, like, obviously they're accepting of it. Simone's coming to the party now. So, like, why would it be a problem to choose an LGBTQ plus charity if they vet the charity and they see it's like a safe, okay charity to, like, the fact that he didn't even ask is what bothers me. Like, you, and then he's, oh, so I'm supposed to stand up for all queers because I'm dating you and I'm gay? Yeah, kind of. To be completely honest with you, because if you're the freaking prince, you have a platform that other people don't have. You could help so many people. Like, isn't that the point of what you're doing? Otherwise, why are you doing it? Like, and that's what Willem was, or Simone was kind of saying in one of the scenes where he's like, you don't want this. You don't want this life. You don't want to be like doing these things and making these choices. You don't want this. And Willem says it's a privilege. It's a privilege. Like, I think he understands now, or either he understands or it's been jammed in his head so freaking much that this is a privilege. So use your privilege for good to do good. Don't brush off a charity because you don't want to be bothered with it. That was like, I don't like, that bothered me so much. Am I the only one? The fact that he's like, oh, I don't want to, like, just choose this one. Like, you could do so much good and change these people's lives, and you're just like, ugh. But so yeah, it was a really interesting sit-in. At the end of the day, they won. I feel like Hamilton's threat of like, don't feed them and lock the dorms was slightly aggressive. Like, I get what she was trying to do, but I also don't know if that's legal. Like, these rich people are sending their kids there to be fed and taken care of and taught, and you're just locking, like, all right, well, you know, we're gonna lock your dorms and not feed you. But I guess, like, that was the whole point, is like, we're gonna threaten you, then you threaten us, and then at the end, Vincent's like, you know, nobody has to know about this if we just find somewhere where we can meet in the middle, and it works out. They get their graduation back, they get their phones back. But you could see, like, I don't know, it bothers me how spoiled they are, because it's like, literally one night, like, you gave in after one night. I would have called all of their parents and been like, your little shits idiots are sitting in the frickin' room playing cards, drawing dicks on each other's heads, and they're being brats. Like, but again, I do think that the rules in general were a little strict, so it's nice that I just don't, you know what it is, maybe it's just the fact that Vincent organized it. Because I hate Vincent so much, but I feel like they could have gone about it in a different way. I guess I don't like the threat. Is that what I think it is? Like, they could have did what they did with the petition, where it's like, listen, like, we want a petition to get our phone back, to have the rules a little relaxed, because we think that we've all been abiding by the rules and there haven't been any problems. So we think that we should be awarded the privilege of getting this back, or something like that. They didn't have to do the sit-in. I think, like, the sit-in approach was like, when I think of a sit-in, I think, like, you're doing that for, like, a cause. It's a serious cause, not to get your phone back. I think that's what bothers me. But regardless, anyway, it worked. They get their phones back. We have a really nice conversation with Felice and Sarah, where she apologizes and she's like, I know what I did was wrong. I just want to thank you for being my first real friend. And that hit so hard for Felice, especially after reading the paper saying that she just wants to be okay. That was her letter to herself, that she just, out of everything in the world that she could have possibly said, she just wants to feel okay. That is so heartbreaking, and also so real, I feel, for so many people. And I think it's real for Felice. I think she felt that. You know, I think she felt that, where it's like, she gets the stress from her mother. We had the whole thing with the horse and riding. We had the whole thing with her weight, where she was given the dresses by her mom. Everything results back to her mom. But there's so much. We had the whole stress of, like, the boys and who liked her. And Felice has been so strong, but she, along these past few seasons, has always struggled with feeling okay. So I think that's, again, why her and Sarah may have clicked so well, understood each other, and I think that's why it hit her so hard to hear Sarah say that. So I'm definitely going to see them have another conversation, I think, mend things, hopefully. The Stella and Frederica comment really pissed me off too, where they got so mad at her for saying what she said in the interview. What's the big deal? It's not that. And I what I don't like is, she's like, I think it was Stella that was like, we know that you've been upset, but, like, get over it. Like, you should get over it by now. I love that Madison stood up for her, though. I like Madison. I think she's a good person. Then we also had a Simone and Sarah conversation, kind of, where he opens up to her a little bit, because she's like, what the heck's wrong? And he's like, there's a brick thrown through our window. You know, like, I had to delete myself off of social media. I had to do all these things. We're going through hell. And you're just, like, hanging out at Dad's, like, I hope you're having fun. And I like that he specifically said, I've wanted to have a relationship with him for a while, and I didn't because of you. So I hope you're having fun. Because I think that's important to say. That's what he keeps saying, and it keeps emphasizing. He suppressed his emotions of wanting to contact his father for the love of his sister, because it upset her so much. And we saw that in the first season. End of the first season, I want to say. We saw that. Like, how visibly upset she got when he was contacting him. And for her to go and move there and live with him and stay. See, at first I was like, it's cool because he kicked her out of the house, even though I feel like he really didn't mean it, but he kicked her out. She had nowhere to go. She went to her dad's. Okay, I get it. But now to stay there after Linda's been like, come back home and you need to start going to Halerska again. All right, I'll start going to Halerska again, but you still didn't come back home. It's like, now you're being a little hypocritical. But I think it's because her relationship with her father is going in a good direction. So I think it was important for him to say that, to get that out of there for her, to her. And I hope that she attempts to have a conversation or apologize once and good and for all, like she did with Felice, because I think he really needs his sister right now. And last but not least, we get a pretty big bomb dropped. I thought this back when it was mentioned in episode 2. Was it Eric's year that did it, because we know that Eric was a little older than August. We know that Nice and August said that this happened to them, and it's confirmed that it was Eric's year. Eric and his friends organized the thing that they were talking about in the paper with the adult film and stripping the kids down naked and laughing at them. What I don't recall being said was the first one to get a boner gets beaten up. I think that they said gets laughed at, and they would point it out and would laugh at them. But in addition to that, now August says they were gonna beat us up. They said they would beat us up. He didn't say if it actually happened or not, and I feel like it did. I feel like it must have to somebody. But even if it didn't, that's still so horrible to do to somebody and to experience and go through that. And you can see the pain in August's eyes while he's telling Willem this. Willem knew, I said this in the first or second episode and it wasn't accurate. I said Willem knew Eric on a level that no one else did. I said that because of when Eric brought him into Halerska and the bonding moments that they had. But just because they had that bonding moment doesn't mean that he knew him. And clearly he didn't, because August idolized Eric. So I think it pains him to say this because of that. It's like he's realizing that his idol was not a good person. And he's telling that to his brother, who believes that his brother was a good person. And it's like they're both collectively figuring this out together and coming to this realization of this person hurt people. This was a really bad thing. And it directly insults gay people, which Willem is. So it's like, to want to know your brother, like Willem said that in the first or second episode, I want to say, like, I wish I could ask him about Eric. I think it was the first one where he's talking to Nice and he's like, was he dating anyone? And he said, I'm more curious to see if that comes up, because he said, all I know is he dated somebody you knew. So I wonder who that was. That's why I was like, was it August or something? Like, well, who was it? But Willem says, I wish I could ask him. So it's like heartbreaking to be like, I wish I could have this conversation with him. I wish I could talk to him about this. I wish, like, if I can't, what do you think your brother would say? Christina says in the first episode to August and Willem. And it's like, to know that he pulled a prank like that, it must make Willem feel like absolute hell. So that's how we end the episode, with him finding that out and them about to walk into a session with Boris. I wonder what Willem's going to do with that information. I could honestly see him having such a mental break that he goes on record saying that he found out it was his brother who did it and owning up to it. I feel like that would also cause like a tremendous amount of controversy and probably kill his mother. So we probably won't go that route, but I don't know. I really don't know where this is going, and we only have one episode left. I'm assuming this last episode is going to be his birthday party. And I'm assuming that Simone is going to go because they kind of made up. Oh, and that was a sweet conversation too that he had with Anuv and Rosh, where they were like, we just don't want you to delete yourself. And I've always loved them. They've always been such good friends. That crew's been like so solid. So I did love that conversation too. But all right, I'm going to stop talking because I talked way too long. Overall, fantastic episode. We have one more left. And until the next reaction, so long, everyone. Try and make someone smile today. You never know when they might need it next. Bye.